Hey, welcome. This is our Field Checkup Friday series. My name is Shawn Jenkins. I'm the channel FSR for Southwest Iowa. I'm here with our technical agronomist Lance Porter and our local seedsman Jamie Smith. And Jamie found a little bit of tar spot here, and she's just going to talk us through that.
So this field here is Madison County, Iowa. First started looking for tar spot the first week of July. Heard that it was in the area. That first week of July, it was really hard to find, but if you were in the field long enough, you could find it. Started in the lower canopy is where we found it for the first week and a half. And just last week, about a week ago, Thursday, started finding it in the upper canopy. Had some people go ahead and spray fungicide to see if they could reduce it. But for best management, I'll send it over to Lance.
So, like Jamie mentioned, 1st of July we started getting some rains, and when your temperatures are 60 to 70 degrees for 7 hours with moisture the entire time, that's what really triggers tar spot to kick up. And with the dry conditions that we had this year, you expect those conditions to kind of be down on the bottoms along creeks, and that's where Jamie started looking. That's where she found it. She's found most of it down on the bottoms, and it's kind of creeping up these waterways where the airflow might go to get up on top of the hill. And so those are areas that you'd want to start looking at first if you're out scouting for that. And then, as she mentioned, once they found some of that, they started spraying fungicide. And when we're talking fungicides, you're really wanting to look for 3 modes of action. 3, 7, and 11 groups are the best for that. Of course, we're always going to go with Delaro and Delaro Complete as your best options, but there are some other options out there that you can look into. As far as management for it, even though they sprayed a couple weeks ago, you are seeing a little bit of spreading from that just because it was probably already present, just not visible. It starts to die off and produce those little black spots that everybody sees. I have got a lot of pictures since the end of June of a single or a couple of black dots on a leaf. First thing I tell people to do is don't lick it. You might get it wet, and try rubbing that off. It's been a lot of fly poop on some leaves on the edges, so I would check that first. Tar spot will not rub off the leaf.
Would you like to show them then on these leaves y'all
Yep.
have?
So we got these dark black lesions scattered on your plants, and we got plenty of dew here this morning, and those will not rub off, and you'll get it on the bottom side. And of course with fly poop you will not get that, so that would be one good thing to check on. As far as people spraying, I've got a lot of questions on if they need to spray. I think the days of not doing any fungicide are pretty much over. One pass at a minimum around that VTR1, with all the research that's been done, has been about the best time to spray for tar spot and a lot of other diseases too. So it's not where you're gonna have to be spraying 2 or 3 times a year to get different diseases. That VT to R1 is going to be a very good all-around spray that will protect a lot of your drain fill and most of your yields. So some of the studies that I've seen where guys didn't spray and a check in their field, they were losing 50, 60 bushels an acre. So on a year like this where we might have already lost the top end of the yield due to the dry conditions early, spraying a fungicide at that VT R1 time frame is going to protect the rest of that yield that we have out there. With the rains we got, everything's looking really good compared to what they were a month ago. So if it was me, I'd be doing what I could to protect what I have left. So
Perfect. You guys, anything else?
I think the most important thing is just to be out there proactively scouting so you can stay ahead of it.
All right. Thanks for joining us for our Field Checkup Friday series, guys, and have a good weekend.